As I said earlier, we all need to be part of this conversation. So, to be able to to be part of this conversation, please join us on Twitter at Sahara Sparks, and then you can also use the hashtag Sahara Sparks 2017 and hashtag towards smart solutions to follow up on the kind of conversations that are already there on Twitter, and then you can comment there if you won't get a chance to comment here on the main stage. Now, having seen the video for the smart city, I'd like to welcome up on stage Ngw'inula Kingamkono from Thinkers Technologies.
Good morning. Today I want to share a story about how I failed my first startup. A year ago, 4 months before Sahara Sparks, to be exactly, I failed the first startup, which was Gumzo. And so I was in my bedroom by myself, all alone, broke, and a dead dream. And so I asked myself, what do I want to do next? And that is when this idea of wanting to do something beyond myself, beyond everybody else, came to mind. And this is when I thought of starting Thinkers Technologies with a clear vision and clear focus on data, design, and technology. And so I started all alone, but then after I invited Maria to be the co-founder, and my name is Ngw'inula Kingamkono, as you've heard. So the biggest question that we asked ourselves as Thinkers Technologies was how can we contribute to the ecosystem that COSTECH is working hard to improve Sahara Sparks and the rest of the people in Dar es Salaam and Tanzania and East Africa. So I asked Imani Samila, I asked Jumanne Mtambalike. Actually, I asked Jumanne Mtambalike and Jumanne asked Imani Samila if the three of us can come together and try to advocate this new concept, not to everybody, but to most people. It was a new concept of smart cities. And this is when we came with Smart City Dar es Salaam. And our vision and goal for smart cities was to basically start producing solutions, producing mobile applications, producing all sorts of technology from ground up. That is citizen-driven movement. And we started. So I was actually invited to speak in Amsterdam. And one of the questions that popped up, because I was talking about traffic and how it's really difficult to move around Dar es Salaam. I was actually working on this device that I exhibited there. And so the question was, what are you guys doing? So we had to look back. We invited people at Buni Hub, and then we tried to summarize every single thing that we thought this is very important to talk about in smart cities. We spoke about social impact, we spoke about transportation, utilities and energy, design and arts, big data, safety, on those, and all sort of things. And then, as Thinkers Technologies, we decided to pick real estate. And we decided to transform the way people choose their homes, especially in Dar es Salaam, to begin with. And so the question was, how can we make this process much more affordable, safe, and much more faster? If I ask the question, like, how many of you had to deal with dalalis and you'd never liked the experience? Can you just raise, just a quick raise of hands, that you never liked the experience of dealing with dalalis, like agents for non-Swahili speakers? It's quite a number. And so we looked at this problem, and then we decided to figure out at what we have, with what we have, how can we actually solve this? And so for the first time in public, today I'm introducing to you Kokote application. It's a very simple, it's a very simple application. It's amazing, and it's very light. 3 megabytes only, which means you don't have to worry about space in your mobile device. So we are now available on Google Play. Go around, download it, check it out. And I actually have good news. Last night I spent up to 2 hours, going through Kokote app and the presentation with our angel investor. So I'd like to also share that good news. We finally were able to get an angel investor, and she's a woman. So, but this is just Kokote app. But as Thinkers Technologies, we don't want to end there. We want to also encourage people and collaborate with other people and work with them to build more solutions and to, in the end, to improve Dar es Salaam as a smart city. And because of that, we actually are now working with a great company that was founded by a Tanzanian, but it is based in Seattle in the US. And I'm so happy that the CEO could join us together. So for a very brief moment, I'd like to also invite Mr. Ngw'inula on stage to speak about it. Thank you so much.